Good evening, everybody. This is your boy D Cot going live on Cots Corner. We're doing a recap tonight of the COD football playoff brackets. I'm going solo tonight, trying to make this thing happen. I'm gonna try to do a share screen tonight and show everybody what we got going on. Talk about some topics that are important to a lot of people. We want to see some outrage, and at least I do. But right now, I don't know if we're gonna see a lot of outrage. So I'm gonna see if I can share this screen and see if we can make some things happen with regard to college football, the brackets, see where we're going, and what's next for college football this next coming week. So I'm going to be patient with me here a second. I'm going to grab this stream, pull it up here. I think you all will be able to see it. I think you can. I'm really excited about what's going to go on over the next 2 weeks in college football. We've talked about this at nauseum, and I really think that it's an opportunity for a lot of people to get excited about what's going on within college football. And then hopefully there is some outrage that can come about with this as well. So, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna go bracket left to right. I'm gonna cover all 12 teams. First matchup we've got is Notre Dame versus Oklahoma in that 9-8 matchup. Notre Dame has come a long way over the last few weeks. They put a pounding on Syracuse last week. And a lot of talk about Notre Dame and Jeremiah Love being a candidate for a Heisman Trophy winner. But don't sleep on Oklahoma. They beat my Alabama Crimson Tide 2 weeks ago. They put it to them. And I think Oklahoma and that quarterback, they've got an opportunity to do some great things if they can stay intact. Going over to the other side of the bracket, we've got Ole Miss and Bama. What a wonderful thing this could be. You've got Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, possibly his last game against Alabama as an Ole Miss coach, possibly going to LSU, possibly going to Florida, or maybe even staying at home, playing potentially my Alabama Crimson Tide. They've got some more work to do. They've got to take care of Auburn this week, and Auburn's been a thorn in their side. So, Bama, you better bring your A game, and Ty Simpson, you better hold on to that ball. No pick sixes this weekend. I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. Bottom left of the bracket, you've got Texas Tech and Tulane. I don't know a lot about Tulane. I'm not going to act like I do, but I do know a little bit about Texas Tech. They got men over there, and they're paying a lot of money in NIL money for that talent they've got over there. They've come along all year long. They put some paint on some teams, and I wouldn't be surprised if they would have run the floor with Tulane right now. I just don't see Tulane being able to stay on the field with the Texas Tech team. Bottom right of the bracket, we got the Oregon Ducks and the Miami Hurricanes. How appropriate would that be? The ex-coach for Oregon that's in Miami playing against Oregon. The U against the O. You've got a coach in Oregon and Dan Lanning, who's been talking a whole lot of trash lately. We don't play cupcakes. We do our thing. We go about it. So Dan Lanning, you haven't had any titles there in Oregon. You've been doing a lot of talking the last couple of years. I see the veins popping out of your neck. That's okay. But we're going to see what happens there. If this holds true, I would love to see a hard-hitting Miami-Oregon matchup, 6-11. I won't put any money on it right now because there's still a lot to be had. Going to the left of the bracket again, you got the top team in the country. I think it's clear and dated against those Georgia Bulldogs. What a matchup this would be. You've got Julian Sand going against that Georgia defense. You got Kirby Smart going against the black shoe polished coach. That'll be interesting. You got the all shucks coach versus the straight and narrow guy at OSU. You've got the best receiver in college football on OSU side, and also you've got the best safety. So, and then Caleb Downs. So that'll be real interesting to see how that goes out as well too. But I don't know if that matchup came to play. I think it'd be a hard-hitting, low-scoring game. I don't know that either team will be able to pull away, but I would be really interested to see how that game is played out. To the right of the bracket, Indiana Hoosiers and the Texas A&M Texas A&M Aggies. I'm thinking Texas. The Hoosiers are a reclamation project. They're undefeated. They're not apologizing about beating teams 60-0. They're not apologizing about having confidence. They've got a quarterback in Mendoza who right now is not only the leader in the Heisman Trophy balloting, also the talk is he's going to be the #1 player picked in the next spring college football draft, NFL draft, excuse me. If that happens, think about this. University of Indiana, a doormat for the last however many years, 2 back-to-back seasons getting into the playoffs, having an opportunity to take care of business, show your worth. You went out to Oregon, you shut Dan Lanning up already. Curt Cignetti, you don't have to apologize about a thing. You're out there playing ball. You're playing the right way. You got 11 guys on the field. You've coached them up. You learn from the best. Nick Saban, we know that. You've learned from the best. But I look forward to Curt Cignetti and a matchup against Texas A&M. They would be at home in Bloomington. Those Aggies would have to come up north in December. That may be a challenge for them. That'd be an interesting game. But my pick based off of this bracket currently as we stand right now, no bias at all. Well, maybe a little bit of bias. How this bracket is broken out. I would take the Ohio State Buckeyes and the 1 seed. And I hate to say it, Indiana Hoosiers, but I think if Bama came to Bloomington, they would take care of business. And I'm calling it. It'd be in the final 2, OSU and Bama. What a great opportunity that would be. 2 strong powerhouse universities of the last few years. Last national title game they had, Bama and OSU, Bama mopped the floor with them by 30 points. Ohio State has a little bit of give back maybe. They're a little upset. They may have their opportunity to take care of Bama. But Bama still's got to take care of business this weekend. There's still a lot of game to be played. There's a lot of movement that can be out there. Last year, this time, the bracket didn't look anything like it looked the last day of the bracket. So these teams that are on that edge there, that 10 seed Bama, that 11 seed Miami, Tulane, I think you're okay because you're in that group of 4. But now you're talking about, Oklahoma. Do you lay an egg this weekend? How do you go about that this weekend? And don't forget, you've got Vandy sneaking up in the back door. If Vandy beats Tennessee and say Bama or Oklahoma loses in that SEC piece, maybe Vandy sneaks in. And I don't want to sit there and say this for anybody else other than myself. I don't want to see Vandy sneak in. Not because of Vandy having a great season, great offense, really good offense, really, really good defense. But I just don't like your quarterback. I don't like the arrogance. We talk about Shedeur Sanders and his arrogance. If you want to talk about arrogance, go down there to Nashville, Tennessee at Vanderbilt University, and you see a quarterback there about 5'9", who's already looking at trying to get another year in college football. But I think he realizes he's not the guy for the NFL. So he wants to strike while the iron is hot, and it's hot right now. He's in the NIL mindset. He wants to make that money. He's a Timu version of Johnny Manziel. He does the money flashing. He's got the gold chains. He's grabbing his private parts, and his mom is in the stands twerking and all those things. So I don't want to see that. I want to see football. It's not about the show. It's about the play. And right now, we've got a good opportunity to look at these 12 teams to see where we're going to be in the whole dynamic. Again, going back to Indiana. Indiana has been a doormat for years. You would love to see Indiana in that final game and raise that trophy. As a Hoosier, absolutely, I would love to see that. But also, I would love to see them play against a team that gives them a whole lot of fight and some team that they would not probably be favored against. And that's potentially Alabama, maybe even Ole Miss. But either way, Indiana has proven, along with Curt Cignetti, that coach, everything he said he's going to do, he's done. He said, Google me, I win. And when you have a guy that says he's going to win and he says you to Google him and you turn around and you Google him and he's winning, you can't complain about it. I think he's done a great job in Indiana. He's brought a spirit to the city of Bloomington. They're flipping guys coming from Colorado, from A&M to Indiana. Yes, Indiana, not the basketball Indiana, but the football Indiana. You can't think about what happened 20 years ago if you're Kurt Signetti. You can think about what's going on right now. As I said to my guy JB on Crossroads Sports, don't apologize for beating teams and beating the brakes off of these teams. They've got Purdue this weekend. And anyone who tells you they're a Purdue fan and an Indiana fan, there's something wrong with them. Either you're one or the other. And I want Indiana to beat the brakes off of Purdue. They got them by 60 last year. I think the spread right now is 35.5. If you're a betting soul out there, take Indiana and give those points to Purdue. I'm calling it right now. They're going to beat them by 50. Kirk Sagnetti's going to win going away, and he's going to do it in his way. He's not going to be apologetic. Mendoza's going to play well. And that defensive line that they've got grown men over there, and they're playing like it. So good luck to the Hoosiers this weekend against Purdue. Good luck for my Bama guys against Auburn. It's always going to be tough. Last time we were in Jordan-Hare, we had the Gravedigger. 4th and 31, touchdown pass to Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond's in the NFL, and so is Jalen Miro. So let's see what happens. Bama, are you going to learn from past mistakes and put this team in the dirt, or are you going to let them hang around? And don't let me think about the kick six. That's not what we want to talk about right now. And then as the last part of this, I want to go to Notre Dame. Notre Dame, I've been hard on you all year. You haven't gotten any love from me, but you continue to win. You put it on Syracuse by 70 last week. You didn't apologize about that. Mr. Freeman, I'm proud of the work you're doing. Keep on fighting. I just want you to get into a conference. The city of South Bend is printing money for Notre Dame. At some point, Notre Dame, you got to stop being scared and get into a conference. Let's see what you can do against the big boys week in and week out. You got to take Navy, Syracuse, Stanford, those schools off of your schedule. Get some real teams on there so people can't talk that mess about you around week 9, 10, like we're doing right now. Get into a conference. I know you don't have any win in that, and I know you're not going to go to a conference, but those of us that are fans would love to see it. We'd love to see you get into a conference, and we'd love to see what happens if you get, maybe you play a half a season in the Big Ten. That'd be great. You definitely don't want to come to the SEC. That's where the big boys play. So you want to stay up north somehow, some way. But let's see what happens there. Tulane, good luck to you all too. You get in the playoffs, it's one and done. But you can say this, at least we were in. Miami, be ready for Oregon. Make them pay. The coach been talking a lot of trash. It's time. I'm going to pivot over to the NFL here. I'm going to stop sharing right now. I'm going to pivot over to my guy, Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders came in this past weekend with 1 week of preparation. Dylan Gabriel's out with a concussion. All the talk about Shedeur Sanders, will he or won't he? No matter what side of the fence you're on, you could be on the left side, the right side, the middle. There are some who say he's an overrated, arrogant jerk who only got an opportunity because his father was a Hall of Fame football player. He's a check down Charlie. He's done nothing to prove that he could have been anything more than a 5th round pick. Yeah, he's been very confident. Yeah, he's kind of vain. He says the word I a lot. But also, he went out there and played against the Oakland Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders, but I still call them Oakland Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders, and he played well for a guy who had 1 week of practice, a rookie, with a team that's not very good. He went out there, he showed heart, he threw the ball down the field, and just a little bit of statistical data here, because we know facts, not feelings. He threw 3 passes for over 30 yards in that game. Combine all the Browns quarterback prior to Shedeur Sanders coming on the field, I think they had 2. So in one game, he had 3. Prior quarterbacks, 2. He's going to start this week. He's got another week of practice. Get the jitters out. Seeing, there's a little bit of tape on him now as an NFL regular season quarterback. How does he play this week? I hope he has some success. I hope he does well. He's been maligned. Yes, he's arrogant. Tom Brady was arrogant. If you remember, Colts fans, when the Colts kicked their butts, Tom Brady didn't shake anybody's hand. Neither did his coach. Yeah, they had Super Bowls under their belt, but it doesn't matter. You still got to have the brotherhood, as they call it, as a player and a partnership. You know, Tony Dungy mentioned many times, well, Bill Belichick, he doesn't shake my hand after a loss. You got to stand tall in defeat, just like you stand tall in victory. Shedeur Sanders has an opportunity this weekend to solidify his opportunity to stay on the field and keep Dillon Gabriel on the sidelines. You're 50-50 on it. You can go either way, but you've got to admit this game is going to be intriguing. People are going to be watching. You can say what you want. He's arrogant. I hope he fails. You'll be watching. And that's what it's about, watching and seeing what happens. None of us can dictate what happens on that field. All we can do is see what's going on. If that young man is prepared and that coach has him prepared and he goes out and wins that game, that's 2-0. What are the naysayers going to say then? Do you say, oh, well, he was just given cupcakes to play like we talked about when they played the Raiders? Those are professional players as well. They've got a tough defensive line. They got a great pass rush. He took care of that. He got sacked, yes. All young quarterbacks get sacked. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he handles his success. And then I want to see some adversity. I want to see a fumble, maybe another interception. In a tough situation, how do you respond? What does his body language look like? Is he still ready to go? Is he still as confident as he says he is? Or does that temper a little bit? Does his team rally around him? Jerry Jeudy, hey, no hopscotching right now. You get the ball, you get up the field. You got to take care of your quarterback. Those little things are things that can get you a loss. And that wasn't Shedeur's fault. Jerry Jeudy fumbled that ball doing a hopscotch dance. Not sure what he was doing. Can't do it this week. You got an opportunity to help this young man out. Also, you got an opportunity, if you're the opposing team, to shut Mr. Sanders up. Because he said it. Look at what I did after 1 week of preparation. So that's got me thinking, man, what the hell can he do after 2 weeks of preparation? We all know who the best defensive player in the league is. That's Myles Garrett, and he's on his team. Currently 18 sacks. I think he's got, 5 games left to go? The record's 22.5. I'm taking the over. Won't get a lot of money on it at this point because 18 sacks and 5 games left. But I'm taking the over right now. He's got the best defensive player on his team. He's got the eyes watching him. He's got one side says, I want you to fail. I want you to lose. I hope you don't succeed at all. Then you got his supporters who will blindly support him no matter what. He has a bad game. I'm sure Kevin, his coach, has something against him. He didn't prepare him as well. He's a hater. You can't be a hater if you're the guy's coach. You're coaching for your job as well. You're coaching for your family as well. He's not a hater. He's just not a lover like you all are. What's wrong with being neutral and saying, let's see how it plays out? The man is his coach. He made the decision to start him last week, and he already named him the starter this week. Dillon Gabriel's out of concussion protocol. So why wouldn't he just start Dillon Gabriel if he's a hater, he doesn't like Sanders? Please, somebody comment that to me. Maybe we're going a little bit overboard. Maybe we got this fake outrage that we have a lot in the country right now. Something doesn't happen your way, you're mad about it. You got outrage. They're out to get us. The referee's cheating. The players are paid off. Vegas had a hand in it. What's wrong with saying, no, you just lost the damn game? It didn't happen for you. It was a bad pick. Brock Purdy threw 3 picks last night. I didn't see one comment about Vegas had a hand in it. So be careful with the fake outrage, the anger, what we're saying, what's going on, what we're not happy about, what we are happy about. Let it play out. Just like Sergeant Hulka says, lighten up, Francis. Lighten up. We got a lot of games to be played. We got 5 weeks in the NFL. This has been a great season. We got 2 more weeks before the final college playoff bracket is set. This is the time. Yes, I know NBA is going on, and yes, I'm a Pacer fan. That's Reggie Miller shooting a 3 over Kobe. Time's not right now. I don't want to talk about the Pacers right now. Yeah, you may give me a little grief, but that's okay. This is football season. We'll talk about the Pacers in January as they continue to play hard, play their young guys, be competitive, possibly lose a lot of games, more than likely. I'm thinking about 25 games as a win cap for them. Then let's see what happens in June. The draft is there. All of a sudden, Tyrese is healthy. Now you got a top 3 pick. All your young guys are back. Experienced. Book it here. The Indiana Pacers, after this season, one in the next, will be back in the Eastern Conference Finals, ready to challenge for a title again. That's my piece on the Pacers. But back to football. I want to talk about the Colts as the last piece. The Colts had an opportunity on Sunday to show the world that they were better than the Kansas City Chiefs. They outplayed them in the first half. They out-physicaled them. Colts fans are telling me Shane Steichen choked. 3rd and 2, you throw a deep out down the field. You got the best running back in the league. And you throw a deep out. Jonathan Taylor, by the way, that guy who's a potential MVP, he didn't touch the ball. So maybe you got a little bit too much in your way, Mr. Steichen. Just let it play out. Play the game you were playing in the first half. Smash mouth, physical football. Your problem is, Coach, you got 2 more games against the Jaguars. You got 2 more games against the Texans. The Jaguars also have 2 games against the Titans. You're 1 game up on the Jags. You're 2 games up on the Texans. You got the Texans this week. Colts fans, instead of looking to your left and to your right, you better look internally because it's right there. You got about a 3-week stretch. If this thing tightens up, there's going to be some butt cheeks that are real tight up there on 56th Street. And if that happens, if this epic fail, I promise you this, Daniel Jones will get the blame. They'll say he's going back to being Daniel Jones from the New York Giants. There won't be any talk about that coach. There won't be any talk about those receivers. There won't be any talk about that defensive backfield that they've invested a lot of capital in. And don't let me get started about the owner. Everybody was telling me how wonderful she was. She's got her headset on. She got her doodle pad. Remember, she had her doodle pad on the sideline. She's taking notes. Remember, she said, I want to hear what's going on. I want to know what's happening. Got her doodle pad, right? Give her all the credit. So you got your doodle pad out now, right? So, okay, owner, I'm sure you're going to make some adjustments this week because you heard the plays being called. You heard who was making the calls. You heard the audibles, and I didn't hear anything about you other than when you're overseas as a billionaire buying beer for the locals. I know guys that I hang out with who bought beers out for the whole spot we were in. I will not say Reggie Sykes' name, but I know for a fact he's not a billionaire. He didn't get any credit for buying out a bar. So I'm not going to give a billionaire credit for buying out a bar. If you buy the bar and then you give all the proceeds to charity, then you want to impress me. But I'm not impressed by you buying a few beers and saying you're one of the guys. I want to hear her talk about what the adjustments she made. Put a microphone in her face like they do Jerry Jones. She wants the attention. Remember the doodle pad? She got the headphones on. She's great. Let's hear it. Let's talk about it. These are facts, not feelings. We can debate about it all day long. But all I heard was how great of an owner she was because she's listening to what's going on. I want to hear what she heard. What does she think about the second half collapse of the Indianapolis Colts? Anybody heard anything? I haven't heard anything. But let's look at it this way. This has been a great Tuesday. We had a college football recap. I had my Shedeur Sanders rant. I definitely want him to be successful. I'm not in the causeway of, oh, he can't do anything wrong. I'm also not in the causeway that he can't do anything right. I'm going to let it play out and see what happens. I'll be watching the game. I'll be interested to see what happens. But this is Cots Corner. Right here. Where's it? This is Cots Corner right here. So this is what we're going to do the next 2 Tuesdays. We're going to be here talking about college football, NFL, and yeah, I'll throw in some NBA, especially my Pacers. Got to have that. But that's what we do here. Got my music in the background, kind of smooth jazz a little bit. I got some surprises coming in the next couple of weeks. May have a theme song for myself. Who knows? Return of the Mac. Who knows what it's going to be? But it's going to be fun. I look forward to seeing all the comments and on YouTube and all the talk and all that. As you know, we're on the GameTimeNetwork.org now. We're no longer a podcast. We're the network now. Go to the network, like and subscribe, talk to your friends. If you got commentary, give it to us. If there's a subject matter you want to talk about, let's have it. We're all in for it. My guy Isaiah's on the plane right now heading to Texas. I have no idea where Ramon is. He's probably somewhere asleep. Who knows? I'm sure he's probably holding an OSU pillow or something, hoping in fact that Ohio State is able to finally win that national title like they did last year, going back to back. We won't hear anything less of him. Ramon will probably go on here live probably every day for a week if in fact Ohio State wins the national title. They're the betting favorites, and they should win it. They spent the most money. They've got the best talent. And they've got a great history of winning. But I tell you, he is going to be insufferable if Ohio State wins. I may log off about a week and a half, and I just let him and Isaiah do the show. I may not be able to take Ramon for a week and a half after Ohio State wins the national title. But as I know you all are with me, you're hoping he doesn't win. Ohio State doesn't win. You may not want Alabama to win either, but we definitely don't want Ohio State to win. Hopefully we can agree on that. But with that said, this is Cots Corner. Don't want to belabor anybody's time. It's been great. I can't wait to get for next Tuesday to come. Oh, by the way, I've got my guy, Matt Gaddis, and I are going to be on this weekend. We're going to be breaking down college basketball. If you all know who Matt Gaddis is, he's our sponsor. Secondly, he's a Purdue legend, Pike High School legend, also all-around good guy. So I look forward to spending some time with Matt. I'm sure we're going to be talking about Purdue. I know that's going to happen. Somehow I'll try to divert that somehow, some way. But we'll see how it works, though. But I look forward to having a conversation with Matt. Look forward to hearing from you all as contributors, subscribers, seeing what we're doing, seeing how things are within the GameTimeNetwork.org. Take a look at our bios. We've got a lot of great content going on. Isaiah's going crazy with his NBA After Dark. The guy's got 3,000 views 2 nights ago. He's all like a kid in the candy store, but that's okay. We're going to continue to fight that fight and do great things. We are going to have a couple surprise guests over the next couple of weeks. We may have something really good from an Indiana legend I've been communicating with today, a sports broadcaster. Won't say the person's name, but I'm hoping we can have something next week. This person has a lot of Indiana sports knowledge, national knowledge, Pacers, Colts knowledge, and just history of the city of Indianapolis. So I look forward to hopefully, knock on wood, speaking with this person and spending about maybe an hour or so just chopping it up, talking about the old school stuff, and hopefully that brings a little bit of joy to some people around the holiday time, and we can have some fun with it. So with that said, this is your boy Cot. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll take a look at the comments. I will be responding. This is Cots Corner for you. Next week, I'll be here same time, same bat channel. JB and Brandon love the show. I listen to you. And Lane Kiffin is going to LSU. Brandon has made it known he's going. I'm saying he's going because Lane Kiffin is not an Oxford, Mississippi guy. But we never know. So with that said, I'm Cot. I'm out, and everybody have a great night. Be safe.